It's live.
Good welcome to Girls Chat. This is our weekly show that we bring you inspiration and information to help you live a profitable life. Yeah. I'm Kay Elizabeth Green,
And I'm Coach Caren.
and it is our great pleasure to be with you today. Coming on just a little bit late. How is it in your area of the world, Caren?
We got a little bit of snow on the ground, nothing much to talk about, but it's pretty cold and windy.
Yeah, I had to fight through a couple of days of um, gray skies. I had almost forgot about gray skies, and it totally drains you. I mean, you just so it's still a light gray, but it's not like that dark rainy gray. But so, how have things been going with you this week?
Great. I mean, I feel like I accomplished a whole week's worth of work in 2 days, and because I was writing out my programs, I'm finally like I had frame workout. I'm actually getting in and diving into getting the work done. So it felt really good, especially because I was excited to what I said I was going to do last year, and I'm actually getting into it. Like people can just go on my site and buy the programs they need and just go ahead and work down with it, right? So that's what I'm working on. And I was excited because I put myself on this schedule and I'm loving it and getting so much done. Because anything I teach, I like to work myself through, see the progress, see the benefits, and offer it up so I know it works. And sometimes I'll have a couple of people try it out too. And I was working off this 12 hours, 13 days schedule I put myself on. I know it sounds crazy if you've never really pushed in to do your work. Once you get that groundwork done, you start seeing, oh my God, I don't need all the hours in a day, but this is the ground gut work, like things that you need to do to get your business, to set up your funnels, because no matter if people say funnel doesn't work, everybody's got a funnel, it just might look different. And so all that stuff set up and have it going. So that when you advertise, you're not looking to see, what did I not do right? Did I advertise, but where do they go? After the freebie, what happened? Do I have 3 or 7 emails ready? Do I sell after that? Those are things that you want to have in place. And let's face it, when we start this business world, because it's online, sometimes part of us is this resistance that I don't want to do that because somebody else is doing that. But it doesn't have to look like theirs, but you still have to do something that sends people in. I remember sending people in, they got their freebie, and what's next? I didn't send them any email forever. When I did send an email, the person left, or they'll say to me, or I actually had somebody actually email me and said, weren't you supposed to send me something else? You see, she was waiting. And that's why we need to do these things.
Yeah, it is being what I look for is staying on the mat, making sure that you do it each and every day. And so whether it's business, whether it's education,
yes,
you're doing something each and every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are echoing today.
There was a bit echoey. When we were on Bistrix, we had echoes. The ladies put in their headphones. It just went in and out, and it didn't help us. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us. But nothing helped us. It was on track of echoing.
Well, we are going to go ahead and push on. January we declared as breaking through boundaries. And last week you talked about what are our barriers, what are our boundaries.
Yes.
And today we're going to be talking about how to break through those barriers so that with your intuition, like I'm asking, is your life on autopilot?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever felt like your life was on autopilot?
Mm, yeah, especially when I was in college. It was a crazy time. I tell people, don't fall. That is one recipe I don't want to serve to anybody else. 3 jobs, a young family, a husband, and college full time. Not a recipe.
Hey, that was more than a notion. Well, if you're ready to take your life off of your autopilot, I encourage you to break through that barrier and awaken and trust your intuitive power. And what I'm going to do today is give a few tips of what our intuition is, what it means to awaken and trust your intuitive power. I know you use your intuition all the time, Caren.
Yes, and whether people realize it or not, we are using it. It's just how we use it. And when you're conscious of using it, you get to use it better, faster. It seems more simple and easier because now you're comfortable that it's okay, it's you. God has given to you, and it's to be used up.
And I put those points down. My intuition is always right on point. Right on point. It helps to expand where my ego mind goes. That ego mind that always wants you to win. When you get that weird feeling. Yes. But yeah, and it's the how to that my logical mind doesn't know how to do. My intuition led me to doing Facebook Lives. My intuition led me. I was asking, how do I get my message across without having to travel, without having to get on a plane and do all of that? And it just seemed like it wasn't possible, but my intuition slowly but surely led me. And I know you'll like that last point, that my intuition is my best business advisor. Have you found
that? And as I was saying last week, it's just hard when people are looking in because you know what you know and you know what's going to happen, even if you don't know the full detail. And it's hard when people are not seeing it lining up how they want it to look because that's how it's been looking for other people. And so they don't know what to do with it. And they get really upset with you. And you're like, I got to wait this out. I got to let this happen. And I can't explain why, but I have to let this happen. I'll give you a case in point. If I sat down yesterday, I was planning for Monday. I had some big planning that was just in my head and it needed to come on paper. I mean, in such detail, like crazy. And part of it was me needing to sit down 12 hours, 30 days. And I didn't like the name, but didn't matter what I do. That was the name I got, 12 hours, 30 days. And I've been hiding it since last year, 12 hours, 30 days. I said, okay, I'm going to write it down. Les, I don't think it took me 2 hours. It was done. The first roll was done. When it's supposed to be written, it is done. Today I did a push, and I did a push mastermind that I'm working with ladies on, and I sat and I write out, the flyer was written already, but on the flyer, I like it. On the flyer, I talk about marketing, selling, socializing, and content creation. In an hour, I had everything of that written out. Now it's to go back and edit and nicen it up and make it look good. And in there to pull out freebies to lead people into that. As I'm talking to you, it's just, if it's not working, it's because I'm resistant putting it out there. It's because I'm resistant building content around it. It's because I'm resistant bringing people on forward. Because I'm resistant, because I have allowed me to talk me into saying 12 hours, 30 days don't make no sense.
I know. And see, our intuition is more than something that's airy-fairy. It is not just woo-woo.
No.
We think and people will tease you when you say, well, I'm listening to my gut, or my feelings said this,
Yeah.
but when we recognize it and as to what it is, that our intuition is our best business guide. It's going to take us where we need if we follow it. And that's what you said, if we follow it. Maybe we need to talk about what intuition means. It means to notice, to pay attention to those things. It means listening to your body, because when your stomach starts hurting and your head starts throbbing, it might be trying to give you some feedback that you weren't listening to beforehand. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I'm agreeing with you, because mine is a little mine. I remember once asking God, and I said, how would I know when you're talking to me? Because sometimes I'm questioning, and I don't think the words were finished, and I felt it. It's literally like a hand was on my leg squeezing. And I started paying attention to that feel, and I still question the feel. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first couple of times I questioned it, and then I said, let me do exactly the steps. I'm not gonna create anything. I'm not gonna do anything. And I listen, and then I do a step. I listen, and I did a step. I listen, and I did a step. And it was the craziest steps, because I had to. It wasn't anything that brought me any money, by the way. Let me just tell you guys. It was the step of just clearing up my office, getting things organized, and doing stuff, right? But every step of the way, I got everything cleared up. And I always bring it back to that thing. In that cleared up session, in that put things away session, in that get everything organized and put things together session, within the next 2 weeks, I think I made about $3,000.
We forget that energetically, just like physically, if you have things there, it is impossible to put other things in. You've got to get rid of, let go of, get organized so that you can have space to hear, so you can have space to do.
Exactly. One of the biggest things that people really need to understand in business is organization and practice. Practicalization, I'm calling it. You practice, and you organize, and watch your things happen. There's some things, as I said before last week, I have to turn down, because even though every part of my being is saying, you shouldn't turn it down, I know that part that is telling me that is not true, because I know the true part.
And like you said, once you start noticing how your intuition speaks to you, like Albert Einstein said, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is our faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. And I keep that posted to keep reminding me, like Stephen Jobs says, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. And we have a tendency of saying, I don't know. And really, like you said, we really do know. They're telling us, they're bringing it to us all the time, but because we have not taken the time to become aware of it, we think ours has to be like somebody else. Like, there are 4 major ways that people get your intuition. Some people get it through dreams, clairvoyance. They get it through dreams. They'll get it through pictures. Some people feel it more. They'll say my gut tells me to do this. I know that's clear feeling. Some people get clear cognizance. That means clear knowing. And I use that a lot. I know that I know that I know that I know. I don't know where I know it, but it drops in, and with all your being, you know it. And you begin to not question where it comes from. And then some people get theirs through sound. And once you have discovered what is your best way of getting your intuition, to getting your intuitive hits, then, like you said, when you have the hand pressing on your, or feels like the hand, because I don't want to scare people. No
Yes.
one
True story, yes.
because so many of us have been Hollywood.
Been what?
I said, so many of us have been affected by the image that Hollywood gives us of being afraid of our intuition, being afraid of things that we can't see with our five senses. I didn't hear anything. I don't know it. Maybe it isn't, but when we start learning to really be clear as to how we get our intuition, our intuitive hits, then it really becomes a vital tool that we can use. It's a muscle that we can flex when we need to do it. Now, one of the things that I want to encourage people to do is to practice listening to your intuition. You don't have to act on it, but listen to it. Mm-hmm. And both of us have brought a talk about the importance of a journal.
Mm-hmm. So important.
I write down those hits that you get. Whether or not you act on it, it's like going to the gym. Whether or not you actually do 20 minutes on the bike, the fact that you actually went to the gym is progress. Whether or not you follow your intuitive guidance to put out this particular program, the fact that you wrote it down, you can go back and say, wow, that was a good idea. Yeah, I should have followed it. So first of all, practice listening. Also, I'm hopping back and forth between my two things. Follow your intuition blindly on little things. Follow your intuition. And what I mean blindly is like, what store should I go? To the right, to the left. Should I go down this street or should I go down that street? Have you ever followed it blindly and found it led you to a fantastic ending?
Of course. I think when I was driving, I'm not driving at the moment. When I was driving, I would, Google where I'm going, and then they tell me make a left, and I knew I needed a right. And I did. I need a right, and I'm there. And I've come back out and take the left to see what they were talking about. Never would have gotten me there. Just to clarify. Like, I've done that a few times just to clarify, or I'm going straight and I'm listening. Like, I was going to this place once and I keep hearing that I have to, I keep hearing I need to turn off. And I keep saying, no, I can't turn off. I'm not there yet. And I keep saying I'm not there yet. And so there were two streets there. One was an avenue and one was a street. And if I had turned off, I wouldn't have gotten where I needed to get to. And I needed to get there. Once I was late picking up some workers and carrying them. And it dawned on me, as soon as I got to the car, you're leaving at the right time. And as I got to the traffic light, there was a lady in a wheelchair. And she couldn't get the chair up between the stuff. And people were passing by. And I look at my employer and I said, this is why I was delayed. I came out of the car, put on the blinking light, put my hand on stop traffic and went and helped her with the chair. She says, I've been here for 10 minutes. It's cold. Oh my God, thank you so much. I was really starting to panic. I wasn't sure what I could do and I can't get out my chair and move me. So I left my car, I literally stopped traffic and get her over.
But by following it blindly, it's amazing how it
Yes,
will lead you the right way. I have
yes,
also found spending time in a new environment helps.
yes,
If you're always in the city, go for a walk. If
yeah,
you're always in the country, go to a cafe bar. Change up the scenery.
yes.
Sometimes,
Such new ideas visits you when you change it, when you move. Sometimes I leave my office and I just want to work upstairs because I know there's something great is going to happen and I don't know what. Sometimes I literally go to the bathroom and there's something because that's where I'm pulled. And yeah, believe it or not, I will go in there. There's times I used to be going to the library and just spend a couple of hours in there. I don't even know why I'm going, what I was led to. Like once I said, asked myself, so what am I doing in the library that I couldn't do at home in my office? Like I just literally went to, and then the internet wasn't working there, and I got very frustrated with the whole setup because I'm like, this is such a waste. And then I said, instead of running away, talking to the library, I said, I'm just gonna sit and read the paper. She's like, what a great idea. I end up reading quite a few articles, picking up some book just for the pleasure on it, and I came back and write so much content.
just to freshen your mind up.
Yes.
Do something that engages your mind at a low level,
Mm-hmm.
like walking or running or washing dishes or knitting or cooking.
Yes. Yes.
It seems like when you are doing those rote activities, all of a sudden, all of these new ideas
Yes.
pop into
In your head.
your
I
head.
tell people, if I am stuck, all I gotta do is clean and change my furniture around. That's it. I am on fire again. And some people that's not for them, but I tell you, that's it. I could put on music, I could dance, but sometimes a good clean will do way more. And it just stops right. I'm like, carry on, people. But maybe this room I need to tend to.
But it's almost like you're not just cleaning the room, but you're also cleaning energetically
Yes,
the energy that is in that room that gives
I
you
agree.
space to breathe and to get
Mm-hmm.
new ideas. And always keep track of your results.
Agree.
I think it, ink it. Think it, ink it. So if you are
I like it. I
if
like it. Take it, take it. I love that, Lou.
if you are trying to break through your barriers and really tap into your intuition, then try a couple of those things. Get into a new environment. Let's see, let me run through it. Okay. Right, I have to run back. Make sure you keep track of it. Do something at a low level, like walking, cleaning, spend some time in the new environment, and meditate. Meditation helps. That learning to listen to that still small voice makes a
Big difference. Pears had a teacher. My last son had a teacher. He was in a small class environment. He hears everything to the field, so he had to be in a small environment so the noise don't bother him. And he had this teacher, and he only boys he was teaching because they said the boys are giving him a hard time. His class didn't have a problem because for the first 10, 15 minutes in his class, it's meditation. He doesn't teach anything. He just have them sit on the floor and listen to their breathing. That's it.
that
And
makes
every class he teaches, I mean, he was a great teacher. I liked him.
But that makes a big difference. That makes a big, big difference. When I talk, if you can just have them still, just breathe, just come into their body before you try to get them to learn something else, it made a big difference. And if you are looking to really hone your intuitive muscles starting Monday, I am going to give you 5 steps on that, and I will be posting that so that you can really practice honing your intuitive muscle. But right now, it is book.
And today I bring to you, and it's written by Vicky Robin and Joe Dominguez. He's dead now, but she's updated the version. This was one of my Christmas gifts. Your money or your life. And
Okay.
good read. I'm reading because she got a lot of introduction before we get into the book, so it's a really, really good read. And I'm laughing as I read the book. But here's why. She is speaking to a lot of things I speak on. It's almost like a refresher. She's like echoing me in a sense. And when I heard about the book, I got a list of books up on my wall of books I have to get. I'm like, one of the things it told me last time was reading the book. You see, I heard this was clearly said, clear. You see, when you question all the things you do say and help people with, here it's somebody written it in a book. Now, you don't know her, she don't know you, but you know this stuff. I mean, clear as day. I have to say, quiet. I'm reading, like literally. I was like, hold on, and I totally said the place went quiet. And as soon as I read the paragraph, it came right back up. And I keep saying to myself, I'm like, it is so true. All the things I talk about money and mindset and how you dwell on it and what it costs, especially the section, I guess why it was so loud in my ears is because I had a client for a different business. And, we were talking and I was telling her that if you make $15 an hour, you really just made, I think at the time, $12 an hour with transportation. Then we counting time she was only making $10. I think by the time we finished the conversation, we recognized she was only making $8 and she didn't like me too much.
But what do they say? The truth will set you free. But first it may make you mad, but you have to recognize if you're going in the wrong way. And part of our job as coaches are to point out as diplomatically as possible.
I usually do, but she had to actually see the number. I mean, that was the only jottle. The conversation was going nowhere. So I tend to it was physical. So I went to pen and paper and I would ask the question, just jot it down. I stopped talking and I let the number speak. She didn't come back for a session. I think it took her a good month to come back for a session. But I'm happy to report she understood. She get it. She's at the new place for 2 years. So it worked. It worked itself out. Matter of fact, I got to call the people that I physically work with and get some, get some testimonial from them because I get so excited and happy of what I do. Sometimes I don't even remember to ask. They'll talk to me, but I don't remember to confirm things. So a couple of gals, I need to call them up and get some fresh testimonials because I do have them.
I know what you mean. And it's interesting that, well, not really interesting, because I have found that when your guides are trying to get you to move on a particular idea, they will give it to you in several different ways. First, they'll whisper it in your ear. Didn't get it. Or you pretend like you didn't hear it. Then you'll get a book.
Oh, yeah.
And the book happens to fall open.
Girl.
To a particular page, and all of a sudden, this information that you thought was your imagination is there in writing. Like she doesn't know me. She could never heard the voice that I heard, but it's like your guides use your intuition to lead you to the path that you need to be on. If we ask and if we listen.
And then open up to receive.
Yes. And just allow receive it and then take action on it. So it's asking, listening, receiving, and taking action.
Exactly.
If you can follow those 4 steps, you will break through any barrier from trusting your intuition. So I encourage you, I encourage you today to listen to your intuition, to get out of your old rut, get outside, do some exercise, clean the house, or whatever you need to make room to listen to all of those good ideas that are coming through that will help you with your business and your life to right now, not in the future, right now.
Exactly.
So I want to leave. That's what I want to leave you with. I don't know about you, Caren. What did you want to leave as a bullet point for people to think about?
You're enough. Right here, right now, you're enough. And what you have inside of you, you're enough. And you might want to walk around for the next 3, 6, the rest of the month saying that you're enough. And
I would change it to I'm enough.
Yeah,
I'm enough.
But I'm saying you're enough saying that.
Yes. Yeah. But for some people,
for myself, I'm enough. My stories are enough. The things I talk about is enough. What I do is enough. I love what I do. And staying focused on these sort of things and understanding that money is energy. So if you are giving away your energy to the wrong place, you're losing money. How much money I want every week, how much money I want every month, how I disperse my money, what kind of health I want to be in. Stay focused on those things, because those things are going to bring more of those things. Go right back to my money principle, right? Part of what I talk about in my money principle is leave $20 in your purse and add to it. Don't touch it. And it will draw more money to you. That's a fact. When your purse is empty, you keep emptying your purse. I don't care how much credit card you have. Keep $20 in your purse. Move it up to $100. If you spend and you get to the 20, move it back to the $100. Put some money away. This is the tool. And it's part of drain. When you have no money, it just drains you in every aspect of it. And don't spend because you get it now. Just don't.
Well, I have this $2 bill that I'll take the last minute to show. I have this $2 bill that I was given. And I put it in a cover because they gave it to me. This bill was given to me quite a while ago, a couple of years ago. At the time, I could have spent it.
I got some of those from earlier on in Canada. So I didn't.
But having this is like what you're talking about, that $20. You know that you have enough. And the person that gave it to me circled on our money, it says, "In God we trust." And if you can remember that regardless of everything else, if you remember who you trust in, everything else will work itself out.
It'll work itself out. And I know we don't try to pretend that while it's working itself out, it seems hard, it seems impossible, it seems like it can't happen. It seems like this is the only new thing you can do, that everybody else is showing up and giving to you. And if you go through taking that thing, then you'll be right back here hoping and praying for the other thing.
Yeah. So I hope that you picked up some tips that you can use that make a difference in your life. If so, type live in the comments so that you'll get a reminder about the show. Remember, we're on every week. Go ahead and share the show if you think that there are others that could benefit from the show. And let us know down in the comments if there's something that you'd like us to talk about, so that we will discuss it while we're on the show. We're added to one of the show topics.
And if you'd like to join us on the show,
correct.
No, if you'd like to come in and chat with us and talk to people about what you do, and even if you're not there yet, if you're ready to talk to people, this will allow you, give you a platform where you come in and get comfortable being visible. if your plan for 2019 is to be visible, this would be a great place for you to come and chat with us.
And we welcome you. And that's one of the reasons we have that we're using this particular program, this format, so that we can invite others on so that you can share.
Yes.
So until next time, may light, love, and plenty of laughter accompany you on your path. I am Elizabeth.
And I'm Caren, your Money Mindset Coach.
May you have a blessed week, and let us know how you listen to your intuition.
Yes.
Have a great one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.